All right, Ben Parker, CardinalSportsReport.com here with Stanford senior outside linebacker Lance Keneley. So, first of all, just talk about what are kind of the key lessons you guys took as a defense from the Sac State game.
I think the key lessons that we took away from the Sac State game is we are this close to being an elite defense. When you watch the film, especially of that game, you're almost hurting just because of the stuff that was left on the table in terms of misfits, missed tackles, or guys just being seconds away from a great play. So I think our focus is really just about everyone kind of calming down and playing fast, because we fit everything right in practice. We know what to do in practice, and then just bringing that to a game setting has really been our focus.
And just talk about the Arizona State offense. They got a dynamic quarterback. Just kind of what's kind of the key to stopping them this weekend?
Yeah, I think the key to stopping them is really going to be just keeping the quarterback in the pocket and winning first and second down. I mean, obviously they have the #1 first down offense in the country, and if you can't win first and second down, you can't get after the quarterback. You can't really make a plan to get off the field in 4 downs. So I think our emphasis really this week is just win first and second down, be tough, be physical, and limit the yards that they can get.
Yeah, and what's it like being one of the more veteran guys on not just in the on the OL, not just in your room, but on the defense as a whole? What's it like being a senior kind of leader on this defense?
I would say that being a leader on this defense is really easy because everyone's kind of pushing in the same direction. I don't think that my role has changed too much. It's really just about bringing some of the young guys to where they need to get to, and just cultivating their confidence and what they can do as players. But I would say being a leader on this defense is pretty easy just because everybody works hard, everybody is pushing in the same direction.
And what areas of your game have you most kind of been focusing on for this year?
I think for this year, being a stout run defender and also improving my pass rush. I think obviously we have to get to those opportunities, those 3rd and long situations, but I think for me, just showing what I can do on 3rd down and also just being a tough physical player is really my focus.
Talk about too just Bobby April's defense. What's it been like playing under him and the scheme that he's been implementing under you guys?
Honestly, I think Coach April is like a football guru. His defense is so dynamic and really, really hard to game plan against. I know, in fall camp, spring ball, him and Coach Taylor were just going back and forth, play calling against each other. And to see someone that has that kind of football mind and is able to break things down to such a minute level really gives us an edge. A good example is us as the outside linebacker position group were eating over at his house, and he was watching the Chargers game. And normally people just kind of watch football just to watch it, and he's calling out the coverages of the defense. So just having someone that level of football IQ in the room really elevates everyone.
Yeah, and also too, just one of the things that seems to be a focus as well. Guy from Burndale mentioned this last week, but to me, it's just the physicality, the need to be more physical, tougher. Is that something that April has continued to kind of emphasize as the season's gone on with you guys?
100%. I mean, I don't know if you were here during practice today, but we're trying to emphasize guys running to the ball, guys thudding up versus the scout guys. Bottom line is we need to make practice more like the game so that when the game happens, we're not surprised by the pace, right? And so definitely the physicality is something that we need to improve, and also the tempo. We can't get out-tempoed, we can't get tired. We have to be the smartest, most physical defense in the country.
As players, just kind of what was the mood like, kind of the reaction to the Sac State loss? Obviously, you never want to lose to an FCS school, but at the same time, it was a team that Coach Taylor built up, which obviously speaks well of him. And then they're also a top 5, whatever. I mean, so they're a good team. Just kind of, how do you guys kind of put that Sac State loss in perspective and not let it maybe bother you guys more than it maybe should?
For sure. I think Coach Taylor has done a really good job about putting wins and losses in perspective. I think even since before the season, he talked about every week the goal is to go 1-0. And if you have a great win or a great loss, you think about it on Sunday. That's pretty much your day to kind of process, and then it's back to work. So I think obviously when you lose a game like that, it's pretty tough. And guys are definitely trying to like look at what they can do themselves and what the team can do to improve. But week to week, it's just about resetting and getting ready for the next week.
What do you most like about Coach Taylor and what he's kind of brought to the program so far as a head coach?
I think the best way to describe what Coach Taylor has brought has been enthusiasm. Like, you can tell that Coach Taylor is a man that is highly competitive, that really loves football and really cares about his players. In terms of the commitment to getting things right in the weight room, getting things right on nutrition, in practice scheduling, when you have someone that is that enthusiastic and that competitive, everyone kind of follows the culture from the top down. So I think that is what I most appreciate about Coach Taylor.
Final question before I let you get out of here. Just school starting up. Talk about your major, why you selected it, and any classes you're maybe looking forward to or not looking forward to this quarter.
Yeah. So I'm actually a mechanical engineering major here at Stanford. I chose that major because one of the things I told myself coming out of high school is, like, I'm going to Stanford to be unique, not only on the football field, but also in the classroom, and to do something that I might not otherwise have been able to do at other schools. So for me, mechanical engineering has been a pretty big challenge, just managing that with football. And then classes that I'm looking forward to this quarter, I have my capstone project, which is basically a bunch of private companies and then also other areas of the school, pitch problems to the senior engineering students and have them work on solutions over the next 2 quarters, and then at the end of that you kind of get to present your solution. So it's a really good opportunity not only to build connections for the work environment and network, but also just to think about problems and problem solve.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Lance, and good luck against the Wildcats.
Thank you so much.